All right, welcome back. Welcome back. You're watching Liquid Lunch on Biz TV. I'm John Tobacco. I'm joined today by a very, very powerful guy, best-selling author, critically acclaimed filmmaker, Dinesh D'Souza. Oh, no. He's next segment. Oh, all right. I ran right past the news of the day. Best-selling author, not, and critically acclaimed filmmaker, not. Frank Morano.
That is not true. I produced. I was one of the producers
Oh, I
of the
forgot about
Netflix
that.
Netflix original documentary "Get Me, Roger Stone," which was critically acclaimed
That's
and
true.
continues
I
to be.
forgot. I
And
overlooked that.
and if people haven't seen it, it's still available on Netflix. Just search "Get Me, Roger Stone."
All right. Well, being it's not Dinesh D'Souza, I guess I could pour myself a Jack Daniels. I didn't want to, disrespect him right there. But so Frankie, I know that you're much more passive than me, and you always see both sides of the coin from time to time. But
Passive.
last night? Last night, my friends were texting. They're coming to Staten Island. They're going to be looting and everything. And I'm not kidding you. I got a little hook on my front door where you put like a wreath or something, a flag. I hung my NYPD hat on the front door. I went to bed.
Very nice. Very nice. Good for you.
That might lure him in. And one of my friends, Joe Cal, I said, "Does anybody have a licensed gun? Come stay at my house for a little while, and if anybody infringes, you can shoot them for me." And somebody suggested that we take our paintball guns and put marbles in them. Not a horrible idea. You know what I mean? You take a paintball gun with a marble in it off the side of the temple, you're going down. I don't care what you say.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it really goes to underscore what a tremendous job the men and women of the NYPD have been doing throughout this process, and it's why it's such a slap in the face to see Governor Cuomo insult them in the manner in which he did.
Happening all throughout New York City. And it's not just happening in New York City, Frank. It's happening all over the country. And these towns, I don't know if I'm not putting down the police force. My father was a cop. I'm always
Right.
with the cops. But it looks like they're overwhelmed. I mean, there is the old saying, there's strength in numbers. And these Antifa folks.
Well, I mean, that's essentially what Governor Cuomo was saying, is that you have 38,000 of them, and they failed to do their job in preventing, this the destruction of property and so forth. So I think, you have a situation where because of, if you notice, since the mayor's daughter was arrested for participating in this anti-police demonstration where
I'm
there were
thinking about
demonstrators
Suna.
actually throwing things at the police. Since the mayor's daughter was arrested, he has totally changed his tune about the responsiveness of the NYPD. On Saturday, he was defending the cops, and then on yesterday, he's singing a totally different tune. On that note, John, I actually have to step away. A little bit of breaking news here. I'm getting some updates on everything that's happening. I'll be right back, though.
All right, Frankie's going to come back with some breaking news. I got to tell you, Frank, he doesn't like to foment things. He reports the news. He's neutral. He's one of the brightest guys you ever met. But I really think this is a time where people got to dust off their shotguns. And I'm not kidding. If you got a license for it, have it ready. Put it by the front door. Put it somewhere safe. Do what you got to do. But the other thing is this. Lou Gelomino and Mark Fonte right here in New York, they're representing one business owner who's trying to potentially sue the mayor for capricious and arbitrary action, and we're gonna hopefully get some legal and administrative actions against him. But I think Bill de Blasio's daughter should be made an example of. There's times when a congressman or a senator gets in trouble, and then they go, "Oh, that's kind of administrative." You know what? They hit them with a harder hammer because they say, "Well, they're in a place of they're held to a higher standard because that's the mayor's daughter." And when the cops in New York City turn their back on the mayor, he's already got a tough relationship. And on top of it, now his daughter's out there whipping rocks at cops and breaking windows. So I talked to my buddy Manny Alejandro yesterday, who's a great attorney, frequent contributor to Liquid Lunch, and I think there's good reason for me to potentially bring an action against Bill de Blasio's daughter and others who were arrested the other night when the window at the Liquid Lunch Studios got broken, because I want reparations for my window, and I want to get it from whoever got arrested that day. And I'm doing all kinds of work. We're trying to pull up security footage. I got a couple of people who called me from the city who saw some of the people. I may actually have photos, and I can tell you this. There would be nothing better for me than somebody popping up a photo of Bill de Blasio's daughter breaking the windows on my studio, because then she'd be the poster child for Antifa, and that might be a good reason for the governor to remove the mayor, because that's the only way we can get rid of the guy, which is terrible. Get yourself ready. Share the stream if you're watching. Tell your friends. Pause whatever else you're watching. Dinesh D'Souza, okay, best-selling author, one of the best-selling authors out there, critically acclaimed filmmaker, is going to join us next. This guy, okay, was actually thrown in jail by Obama for being an outspoken critic. So we're going to hear what Dinesh D'Souza has to say about this right after this.
Most financially successful people own assets that make them money while they sleep. They usually own real estate, vehicles, intellectual property, equipment, and more. These assets make passive income through leases, subscriptions, royalties, and fees that don't require time, energy, or attention. Your assets do the work, and you collect the check. So what kind of asset should you buy? The most valuable companies in the world, like Amazon, Google, and Apple, all have the same thing in common. They make a majority of their revenue from data technology assets, storing, collecting, processing, and providing data. It's all about the data. What if you could own data tech assets with a low upfront cost? Introducing Apex, a proprietary technology built to process and mine data and render artificial intelligence and 3D gaming at exceptionally high rates. Apex Tech has partnered with SafeTech, a subsidiary of a publicly traded company called InvestView. SafeTech's business model leverages Apex technology to disrupt the multi-trillion-dollar data tech industry, giving you the competitive advantage. SafeTech's growth strategy is to capture a significant share of the market. SafeTech will enter into a 60-month lease with owners of Apex Systems. Why would they do that? Why not just buy all the equipment themselves? The same reason most companies lease instead of own: to scale quickly without the upfront costs and for the tax benefits. So how do you get started? You purchase an Apex system. Then you can lease it to SafeTech for 60 months at a rate of $500 per month. That's a total of $30,000 paid to you over the life of the lease. So what's your responsibility besides purchasing the Apex system? Nothing. During the lease, SafeTech is responsible for any maintenance costs to keep things running for you. Just collect a check every month for the next 60 months. This tremendous financial opportunity positions you to follow the strategies of the financially successful. You can leverage data technology to produce passive income that generates revenue without your time, energy, or effort. This is what is meant by creating multiple streams of income. But the opportunity to participate will not last forever. If this concept fits your financial goals, take action today while you still have the chance.